So guys, quick one. Among the goals that were scored yesterday in the game against Liberia, which of the goals was your favorite? And also, who was your man of the match? Let me know that down below in the comment section. For me, my man of the match was Baba Iddrissu, and also the goal I liked best out of the 3 goals was the first goal scored by Ernest Nuamah. Let me know yours down below in the comment section. So guys, you're watching Sports Corner GH and my name is Edmund, and we are going to talk about Ghana versus Liberia. But before I do that, the Black Stars have other games to play till the end of the year and also at the beginning of next year. Now, Ghana versus Liberia is done. The next games Black Stars are going to play are going to be in next month. One game against US of A and another game against Mexico, all going to be played in the month of October. Now, after that game, the Black Stars are going to play the World Cup qualifiers in November. See, the World Cup qualifier is there. It is very important, and Black Stars need to win as many as they can and top their group so that they can qualify for the World Cup 2026. And then next year, January, the Black Stars are going to play in the African Cup of Nations tournament in Ivory Coast. So the Black Stars have more games to play, prepare themselves, and be able to play the World Cup qualifiers and also play the tournament. We want them to win a trophy. So the Black Star games are very important. The last time the Black Stars won a trophy, I'm not sure I was born by then, about 40 years ago. So it's imperative that the Black Stars do well in the rest of the games they are going to play. So guys, quickly, once we are moving away from that, let's talk about yesterday's game. Once you watch the highlight on the screen, let's talk about it. Today, you talk, I talk. So let's talk about Ghana versus Liberia. That game ended 3-1 in favor of the Ghana Black Stars. Goal scorers were Mohammed, Kudus, Ernest Nuamah, and also Jordan Ayew. But one thing I liked in that game and I observed was the fact that the coach changed formation. He decided to play the 3-back system. The 3-back system with Alexander Djiku, Joseph Aidoo, and Nicolas opoku. I was excited that he decided not to go with the usual 4-2-3-1 formation. He changed the whole formation, and I was so excited. So the formation he used was the 5-2-3. You know, the wing backs, you join the 3 backs, so it would be a 5-man defense. And I'm very excited Chris Hughton was pragmatic in the game against Liberia. But you see, that game too, there was one thing that the coach did that I was excited about. The changes. He made about 6 changes in that game. And if you watched most of my videos, I talked about it several times that the coach should use this game to make a lot of changes and see how players will react in that game. And he made about 6 changes. We saw the likes of Stefan Ambrosius, Jordan Ayew, Richard Pufori, Andre Ayew, Ransford Yawa, and also Jonathan Sowah having some small game time in the game against Liberia. And I was so excited. But yesterday's game, if you are talking about one thing that stood out for everyone, was the pitch. The pitch was so bad. In fact, it nearly robbed the Black Stars of a very beautiful performance and also the talking point. The pitch was so bad. So in Ghana, our own capital city, we can't have a very good pitch unless it doesn't rain. Look at how the pitch was soaked with water. It was so sloppy and slippery. I was even afraid some of the players might get injured in that game because it was very dangerous play on that particular pitch. See, whether CAF or FIFA, when they see this pitch, it won't be allowed for any international game. It is very bad. See, if some of the leaders are watching us or they are listening to us, please try and send some of the fans to, working on our pitches. At least let's have one standard pitch that whether it rains or not, at least we would have a very nice game when we are playing. I mean, it was so bad. I was watching it and it got to a time I was feeling bad for the Black Stars. Now, this is what the bad pitch did to the Black Stars, especially when it came to their game plan. If you notice in the first half, the Black Stars were trying to lob the ball over, the midfield of the Liberians. They were playing a lot of long balls. Nicolas opoku was trying a lot of long balls. Alexander Djiku, long balls. And they were trying to locate Ernest Nuamah or Mohammed Kudus or Antoine Semenyo in the middle. They were trying a lot of long balls because they couldn't give that sweeping carpet passes because of how the pitch was soaked. The amount of water on the pitch, if you play a carpet pass, it might not even go to your player. It would stop along the way. So they were playing a lot of long balls just to prevent that. Because at the end of the day, if you want to even bash the Black Stars of bad performance, it will be blamed on the pitch. The pitch wasn't good. I mean, who would even risk to go and play on this pitch and then get a hamstring or something? I was afraid the players might even have injury on their knee. You get my point. So, I mean, the pitch was bad. And it robbed the game of how beautiful it could have been. As for that, honestly, it was just so bad. So, guys, in the first half, let's begin with the game. In the first half, see, that was a typical Black Stars in the recent matches they have played. It got to a time the Liberians were playing us. We went back to our old system, and I've said this several times that Black Stars, our starting of game is so bad. It's like we are so relaxed. We want the opponent to come on us first and then retard. It was so bad. That was a typical Black Star type. We're now becoming defensive. We're becoming sloppy with our passes and everything. And once again, I'm going to blame it on the bad pitch because you see, it was forcing the defenders to rather play all the long balls. It was forcing them to play long balls. And that was one of the long balls Nicolas opoku played. And he fouled Ernest Nuamah. And Ernest Nuamah, due to individual brilliance, he scored that wonderful goal in the 51st minute. And I was very excited he scored that wonderful goal. It was a very beautiful goal, and it was my favorite goal out of the whole game. Now, moving away from that, because we were playing a 3-back system, we used wing backs. Now, at the left wing back, it was the Mediama left back who played there, Hamidu Fatawu. He did well, in my opinion. In fact, for a debut like this, he impressed me. I feel like this should be an eye-opener to the coaches that if you call a local player, at least allow him have at least 10 or 15 minutes. Because all the local players that played in that game, you not even know they are local players. They played wonderfully well. And I'm impressed with Hamidu Fatawu playing that left wing back. Now, at the right wing back, it was Kingsley Snyder. The performance wasn't that okay, but we'll take it like that because you see, they are supposed to provide width for our wingers, that of Ernest Nuamah and also Mohammed Kudus, especially in that half spaces. But the right side, it wasn't working. But Hamidu Fatawu, he really did well, in my opinion, and I'm excited about how he did things. But guys, in the first half, I mean, even though we didn't play well, in the second half, things changed. And I was excited when the goal came because we were now pressing them. We wanted to actually score goal, and we pressed them, and we had the first goal. And honestly, from the way Ernest Nuamah is playing, he looks like a Ballon d'Or prospect, in my opinion. This boy plays with high confidence, and I feel like the players, the senior players and the coaches should encourage him to have confidence to play the game. But my question to you is, should Ernest Nuamah be starting games for the Black Stars over the likes who played that particular position, Suleiman and also Osman Bukari? Should Ernest Nuamah be playing that left wing role for the Black Stars? Should he be starting games? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Now, moving away from that, one player that really impressed me in the game was Baba Iddrissu. He gave me a 10/10 performance, and I was very excited. See, he went about his job quietly and neatly. When it comes to interception, he had the highest on the pitch. He was so good, and you see, when he doesn't over-elaborate on the ball, when he gets the ball, he passes. He passes. At a point, he was telling Edmund addo to even join the forward because he can handle the midfield. And he handled it very well. And this is justify your inclusion. If Baba Iddrissu is not injured, I beg you, Coach Hughton, he should be part of the Black Star squad. Because he has proven that if it wasn't for injury, he would have been part of the World Cup squad. But because he was injured, he wasn't included in the squad. Now he has recovered from injury, back playing good football, and I was so impressed with his performance. No party, no problem. He handled it like a boss, and Baba Iddrissu really showed us that he should be called up to the Black Stars no matter what and be added to the midfielders. Now, moving away from that, see guys, let's watch this particular video. I want you to watch this video very clearly. The video on top of this is Ghana versus Central African Republic. Now, the video below is Ghana versus Liberia, and we are going to talk about Antoine Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo In the first game, Ghana versus Central African Republic, he gave an assist. And look at how he gave the assist. Antoine Semenyo helped or was part of the build-up to the second goal in Ghana versus Liberia. And look at the way he took the ball from the defender. This is a typical trait of a very good striker. You press them, you press the opponent, you press the defender. You don't let the defender have any time on the ball. And he did it effortlessly. He did it effortlessly. And this is one trait that Antoine Semenyo is good at. And he has done it. And you could see similarities in both games and how he contributed to the goals that were scored in both games. And I was so excited. You see, it was very simple. Ghana versus Liberia, he tackled the defender, took the ball, passed to Ernest Nuamah. Ernest Nuamah assisted Mohammed Kudus. Pam. It was a goal. And it's very simple. I was so excited about that. Now, moving away from that, let me talk about Jonathan Sowah, because you see, Jonathan Sowah is one player that I would say is God never fails. A player that was playing beach soccer, moved to Danboat, moved to Mediama, did very well, now playing for the Black Stars. You even know he plays in Ghana Premier League. Fantastic player. What a beautiful cameo this player had with the Black Stars. Jonathan Sowah, see, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if there is a space in the Black Stars in our next call-up, please include Jonathan Sowah. Because when he came in, you could see this is a proper bowler with a high football IQ. You get me? Look at the assist he gave to Jordan Ayew for the third goal. Fantastic. Fantastic. Jonathan Sowah. Fantastic. He really impressed me with the few minutes he had. You see, sometimes when he come off the bench, you really need to show the coach that, coach, thank you for giving me 5 minutes. And I'm going to show you that, see, you have given me this minute, and I'm going to appreciate it and tell you that, thank you. And that is what he did. That is what he did. You see, he was very influential in the game. And I was so excited about the performance from Jonathan Sowah. So guys, you watched the game. I also watched the game. Let me know who performed well in your opinion. If I left out a player that performed very well in the game, let me know down below in the comment section, because I think I've touched on what I saw. So let me know just down below in the comment section. Thanks for joining me. My name is Edmund. Follow Sports Corner GH, because it's high time we talk about Black Stars, Ghanaian players, live on Sports Corner GH. You know how we do it. My name is Edmund. I'll make sure to catch you in the next video. Charlie, we go with vibe. Pow.